football may have a serious Arsenal problem again. Because the team that spent years getting mocked for trusting the process suddenly looked built to win everything. Think about this for a second. This is a club that spent years getting close enough to dream and collapsing hard enough to become football's favorite joke. They led the Premier League title race in 2022-23 and still lost it. They pushed Manchester City all the way to 89 points in 2023-24 and still finished second. Every season the football looked elite, but the ending always felt painful. And now Arsenal are 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League with one game left. Now they are heading to their first Champions League final since 2006. Now they are walking through Europe, beating Bayern Munich, controlling Inter Milan in San Siro, dismantling Atletico Madrid, and surviving brutal knockout ties with a level of calm that previous Arsenal teams never had. But the scary part is not even the results. It's how different this Arsenal team feels. The team that once played beautiful football and collapsed under pressure now looks colder, tougher, more ruthless. Declan Rice controls transitions like a defensive system by himself. Saliba and Gabriel have turned Arsenal into one of the hardest teams in Europe to break down. Odegaard controls tempo. Saka, Ease, Trossard and Gyökeres are deciding massive moments. And Arteta himself has changed from an emotional perfectionist into a manager who finally understands how to survive title races and knockout football. And honestly, that may be exactly what makes this story so dangerous. This is the story of how Arsenal went from being football's biggest punchline to standing one match away from changing their entire history forever. And why 2025-26 may become the season that process finally conquered Europe. Arsenal weren't mocked because they had no talent. They were mocked because they kept giving people reasons to believe, and then kept falling short at the exact moment belief became dangerous. That's what made the joke so brutal. This wasn't a dead club sitting quietly in mid-table. This was Arsenal, a club with history, standards, a global fanbase, and a manager asking everyone to trust a process that for a long time looked easier to laugh at than believe in.
They've built so well in the last few years under Arteta that the growth of the club, and this is why they should be admired, I think we could see a period of dominance. I think they could win 2 or 3 titles in the next 5 years. I definitely think that.
May 30th, Arsenal vs PSG, Champions League Final, Puskás Arena, Budapest. Their first final since 2006, trying to become the 25th club to lift the trophy. Winning the Premier League ends the argument in England. Winning in Budapest ends it everywhere. For years, Arsenal were mocked for believing the process would eventually work. Now, football might be watching the moment it finally did. If you enjoyed this kind of deep football analysis, make sure to subscribe for more content like this.
You did it. Champions go on when others stop. This is your time.